Stress and anxiety. These two negative factors in your life can really impact you long term. I'm going to explain that today, plus some ideas as to how you can reduce them in your life so they don't have the impact. Hi, if we have not met before, my name is John Ruman. I'm an international business coach, consultant, and corporate trainer with a passion for helping people to achieve life mastery and helping people to lower the amount of stresses they have in their life are and is a major way that they can improve the way they feel and experience life in general. Think about it. What is the main word for illness used today? Dis-ease. Ease means well-being. We're going to say the opposite of stress. In other words, when the body is not in a state of well-being, it is in a state of stress. And in a state of stress is what they call illness. So it's important that you understand that what we determine as being sick, the medical community calls a lack of well-being. So that being said, if you can find ways to lower and reduce the amount of stress you have in your life, you can therefore be healthier and happier. Think about it. Last time you went on a vacation, did you feel healthy? Did you feel light? Did you feel like your mind had less weight? That your body may have had less aches and pains? That maybe you slept better? That overall, for the most part, you experienced a better time than you normally would? You experienced ease, not dis-ease, during that time frame. So let me give you some ideas of how you can eliminate this. And real quickly, why is it so bad to have long-term stress? Is quite simply, it creates cortisol. Cortisol creates inflammation. Inflammation is the primary cause of many of the symptoms people have, whether it be arthritis, whether it be nervous issues, whether it be, if you ask a doctor if they can make a strong correlation between inflammation and the symptomatic response people have, which we call disease, most of the doctors agree that it's very simply an inflammation issue more than anything. So if you can ask them what is the major cause of inflammation in the body, they will tell you cortisol. So cortisol is caused when we experience a stress response. Let's say we're cut off in traffic, we have a fight with our spouse, we have financial issues, we eat very frequently. Regular eating, by the way, creates a stress response, creates a cortisol response in the system. There's a myriad of reasons that you experience stress in your life, but the point is to understand that you can make choices which will allow you to not have the impacts of stress. So that's what we're going to talk about today. So quite simply, think about things that you can do that would lower the actual stress you have. And I'd love to hear your feedback here on the live of things that you actually could be doing today that would make your experience of stress less. I'll give you a couple ideas. So for example, people, if they get enough sleep, if they go to bed at an early enough time that they get 8 to 9 hours of sleep, or 7 to 9 depending on the person, and then that's one. And then another is not eating within 3 hours of going to bed. Another is not eating more than 2 meals a day within a fairly small space of time. And again, these things are not immediate, but they can and do happen. Another is daily exercise. That's again, not crazy exercise, but exercise to a certain extent does lower stress response. Another thing would be not having blue light past a certain time in the evening, because that does tell your body that it's daylight, and it tells it stay up, stay up, stay up when it should be going to sleep, and so on and so forth. So these are just a handful of examples of stresses that your body gets on a regular, consistent basis. And once you understand that you have the ability to overcome pretty much all of them, then it puts you in a much more empowered state. And once you begin making the shifts that make it so that you don't have the experience of the stress from these causes, then you'll actually feel different quite immediately, which is pretty cool. And what I would encourage you to do is to improve your diet. That's why diet is so important. That's why the amount you eat, or the number of times you eat. Sorry, that's why sugar is so bad, because sugar creates a really strong insulin and therefore cortisol response. That's why if you plan a little more ahead, for example, let's say you have meetings and you're chronically late and you're stressed out and you're driving fast to get there, that's why if you change it up so that you're 15-20 minutes early every time, and that therefore if there is a delay, I'm in Trinidad and those watching in Trinidad well understand that surprises that have no particular reason why we're late come up all the time. There's a lot of traffic issues and it's tough for us to find out what's happening, but it enables us to experience life in a high traffic area without the stresses that could normally come on with it. So anyway, leaving early and then giving yourself tasks to do so that when you reach on a timely basis, you're still not losing productivity, but you are able to have the success you're looking to have without kind of screwing things up. And it's wonderful. There's nothing better than kind of chilling 10 to 15 minutes before the meeting, getting ready, making a quick phone call or two, whatever you got to do. And it is amazing once you make that shift how life is so much better. It literally will feel like you've gone on vacation versus a stressful, hectic life, simply by adjusting the time that you leave to reach 15 or 20 minutes early. I actually, because traffic can make me 20 minutes late, I usually say 30 minutes before whatever, I use Waze or Google Maps, but before they tell me it's time to go, I'm well prepared. Everything is ready to go, and then when it's time to go, I leave 30 minutes before. And again, if I hit traffic, cool. But I'm also never bored. A vehicle is never a waste of time. So the traffic, even if I'm late, not if I'm late for the meeting, because again, half hour is usually sufficient, but I listen to audiobooks. So when I'm in the car and in traffic, whatever, audiobooks. So I'm constantly learning. And then I feel like I'm hungry and starving for this material. And then if I'm not in the mood to actually do that, I have a list of people in my car at any one time with probably 15 to 20 names that I literally can rotate over the next 2-3 weeks and usually not have time to talk to all of them. Because by the time you talk to a couple of them, you've reached your location and taken care of what you need to take care of. So now there are exercises that you can do that will put your mind in this totally chill out kind of situation. And those are breathing techniques. And if you're curious about those, I'm actually going to be teaching them in a 1-hour lunch and learn session on the 27th of January. It's a Sunday. I'm actually having 3 sessions that day. I'm having a women's self-defense and confidence in the morning. Lunchtime, I'm doing the lunch and learn. And then for 3 hours in the afternoon, I will do the public speaking workshop. And if you're a woman, you can do all 3. And there's discounts if you do more than one. But if you're a guy, you can do lunch and learn, and then you can do the public speaking as well. But should you be interested, just let me know. But it's in that hour, I'm going to give a lot of valuable, high, potent tools, and you'll have time for 2 of them. We'll do 2 of them in the class that will allow you to be like, holy cow, what a difference. And you'll immediately feel the difference. But these you can actually use. These are actual techniques that are not hard. You literally write them down. You can ask me if you forget it. Maybe I'll give you a resource online to help you if you need to. But truly helpful resources to help you so that when the stresses come up, you can chill out. If you find it so you can't focus, it'll help you focus. If you're someone who cannot sleep, it will be what enables you to actually sleep, which is invaluable. So thank you again for your time this evening. I'm doing this live at night. I hope you have an amazing rest of your day. I look forward to helping you eliminate the stresses you have in your life. So thank you again. I appreciate the opportunity to serve.